This is Ouch My Wallet, hosted by Robert Simmons, a production of the TF Talk Network. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Ouch My Wallet. This is October 30th, 2019. This is Halloween Eve, so I guess it's All Hallows Eve, I believe. I'm your host, Robert Simmons, and it's part of the TF Talk Network. And with me today, we have Lucas.
Hey.
Peter.
Forever Destron.
And Amber.
Hi.
Please let us know out there if audio sounds good. It should be all right, but I've managed to screw it up more often than I'd like. All right, so tonight what we're going to do, we're all back from TF Con. We all had an excellent time, and so we all probably have pretty poppin' amount of stuff to talk about. So what we're going to do is something we've talked about doing before, but we're going to officially, explicitly do it tonight. We're going to each pick one thing at a time that we're excited to talk about, and we're going to go around and just talk about it for a little bit, and then at the end we might do some lightning round stuff of just kind of like, got this, who cares, got this, who cares, and go through it, and might save some goodies for future weeks. So who would like to start us off, or should I pick somebody?
How about you go first?
Bold choice.
Oh.
All right, I will go first. I didn't get this at TF Con. I was hoping it would come in. I know, right? No, I was really hoping this would come in before TF Con. It missed by like a day. No, when me and Black Rockney were driving to TF Con, this came in. I may remember a couple weeks ago, I got in Action Master Elite Windmill to go with my Omega Supreme that I already have. Well, Omega Supreme, sorry. But look who showed up. I got Double Punch Complete.
Double Punch.
Who is another
nice
Action Master Elite. And, they are a wonderful looking trio. I am still missing Turbo Master because he has way too many parts to find loose complete. You can get him sealed for like $250, $350 on eBay, but I don't want to pay that. I mean, I paid enough for this. This was $100. But I'm to that point in my collecting that I paid it. And of course, he is obviously intended to be Scorponok, but
Black Zarak.
I mean, he has some. Oh yeah, the head. That is Black Zarak's head. You are correct. Yeah, he's Black Zarak. He's not Scorponok, but like the other ones, he parts forms a little bit. You flip this out. He does have one of the better alt modes. You turn the hands to the front, pop the Scorpion legs in here, and now he's a Scorpion, and for an Action Master, that's pretty damn good. And he looks pretty, and like Windmill though, the action feature doesn't work. I think it's supposed to make these bounce up and down, because if I move them, and see how the other one kind of bounces up when I go down on one. I think that's what it's supposed to do, but almost all Action Master Elites, their action mechanisms are broken by this point in time, which I keep telling myself I should open them up and look at it, but I'm worried the screws will strip and I'll never be able to put it back together. But yeah, so super excited for this guy. He's very silly, and I was looking for just to see if any of these were at the show at TF Con or if Turbo Master was there. I did not see any of them. I didn't see any of the. Do you know the name for them? Probably Peter. The other European Action Masters like Sideswipe and Bombshell. Is there a name for that set?
Action Masters.
Okay. But yeah, like the straight up G1 guys that they did that never got US releases. But no luck there, so I was really glad to have this come in.
I feel like in general that there's not a lot of European stuff at these shows. Like
there used to be.
There used to be, yeah. I remember at 2010, someone had a set of all 4 of the Elite.
Oh no.
And I walked away for, where'd I go?
Oh, okay, Peter's back, yeah. So he saw a bunch of elites and then they disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, it disappeared? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw all 4 elites on their cards for $1,600, and I did not pick them up, and then they went away.
Cecily, how many things could we talk about that we saw 10 years ago at a price we would kill to find it for now?
Plenty.
Yeah.
I will say at TFCon LA that I saw one of the guys was getting out of G2 and had all this G2 European stuff. And I just like cleaned him out. I was like, make me a deal here. Like, I want all this. Just what price do you want for all of this? I'll give you lots of dollars.
Was that the start of your G2 collection?
No. Yeah, I just have certain pieces that I needed to complete my G2 collection. So I'm kind of at that point where you're at, Rob, with G2, where it's, the pieces that are missing are very expensive, especially if you want it complete.
Yeah. All right. Well, all right, Amber, why don't you tell us about what you just broke? Ouch, my double wallet.
I didn't break anything. It scared the hell out of me. I just opened this guy. It is the Laserbeak Blast Cyberverse Soundwave. And he's got the stupid gimmick is that Laserbeak yeets himself out of Soundwave's chest. Like this.
Did you say he yeets himself out?
He just yeets himself out of his chest, and it scared the hell out of me.
We'll get all the Fortnite young viewers using terms like that.
Exactly. I just opened him. I've been messing with it for like 2 minutes. I haven't had much of a chance to play with him yet. This is the first Cyberverse toy I've picked up so far. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't had much to do with it. He looks cool from the front.
Let us see the back on camera.
The back is kind of janky because he's got this big, bulgy, like his chest is just huge, and then his legs are like tiny
and hollow.
And then hollow as hell.
You can see the inner
which
thighs.
Is no fun. Yeah, which is no fun.
He skipped leg day.
He skipped. Oh yeah, he did. He skipped leg day big time. Yeah, no, he's incredibly hollow, which kind of sucks. Oh, his arms do it too. His arms are really hollow too. Which kind of, there's a lot of like open plastic on this guy, which sucks, but I guess it's
also what
works for
Cyberverse
transformation, which is, I guess also what Cyberverse does from what I understand. I don't know, like he's I literally bought him just for the Laserbeak gimmick. I thought it was the dumbest thing on the planet when I saw it before. I didn't know how it worked, which is why it scared me before. But yeah, I don't know. He's cool. That's about all I have really to say about him. Like, he looks cool from the front, and that's where he will stay on my shelf, facing forward.
Yeah, one day I want to meet the collector that does turn all their toys backwards.
Just to show off how terrible Cyberverse is.
It'll be like that band that doesn't face the crowd. The toys are too cool to, acknowledge the audience. So.
Oh, yes, of course. He's too cool to acknowledge your existence, so he's just constantly facing the back of the shelf.
Yeah.
Operation Rejection.
I suppose so.
Oh, it's Operation High School.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. Operation Really Annoying Teenager.
Yeah.
And in Cyberverse, he's a sassy little butthole.
I'm going to watch it at some point.
You should.
It's fun. It's genuinely fun.
You should. Season 1, not so grand. Season 2, tons of character. And oh my god, Soundwave is my favorite.
And they're all like 10 minutes, right? Like little.
Yeah, they are 11 minute. Yeah, they're 11-minute episodes. Yeah.
Cool.
So it's really easy to get through if you just throw them out there, like 10-minute segments.
So is Rack and Ruin, is it in the show now, or is okay?
Yeah,
because I've not gotten to season 2 yet. I'm still on season 1 with trying to watch it with my kids, and they get bored and walk off. So
Rack and Ruin is in now. They're a neat character.
Yeah.
Lockdown is there, and I'm really happy. Makes my inner Lockdown fan go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
so he's good. I'm glad he's there.
Lucas or
Oh,
Peter?
that's
I guess I'll go. So I focused more on art for the show rather than I still got a fair amount of stuff because what I did, I made a list of stuff and I was like, if I see this or whatever, but I didn't even really look for it. And then I had lots of people finding stuff for me. So, but anyway, nevertheless, I'm going to show off the art. So the first thing I want to show off, this is an art book from Casey Collier. So this is the first one that he's done. So previously he's just done Prince, and it is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the
Is
best
it like
ones.
glossy comic paper?
Yes, yeah. So like I have like Jack Lawrence did one as well, like the Lost Light Bible, and it has some like different sketches and
That's
such.
so good.
And so like this one's kind of I think like a lot what the artists have done before is like a sketchbook kind of thing of, different sketches. But what Casey did is he actually did this. It's like based on like the, Marvel comics essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And he did kind of like a mini comic with a bunch of like drawings of the Marvel characters. So I highly recommend this. Like Casey is a great guy. And so I
Those
would,
are excellent.
Yeah.
yeah.
Is
So
that- when they do stuff like this, do they have to get it licensed, or is it just kind of like it's small fry enough? He's a fan, yeah, he's making money at it that people just turn a blind eye, or is it technically counterfeit, infringing, and
so it's kind of a weird thing. So like the artists like technically don't ask for permission for this is their say when they're selling art, like so they do IDW prints, or like they'll do prints of the art that they've done pages of, and they'll sell that art and stuff like that. So technically they aren't asking permission from IDW for those prints, but then their IDW is also not claiming them. And so like this is the same way I believe with Marvel and DC as well. Like when they go to comic conventions and stuff like that, like I don't believe there's like a formal thing. And I think a lot of that, like, could be covered under fair use and things like that too. But yeah, like they're technically not asking permission of IDW when they will print that off.
It depends on the licensing itself. As an artist that sells it at conventions, it also depends on a lot of the licensing. There's a lot of companies that'll put out fair use blockers and whatnot that will like prevent artists, be it from IDW or be it fan artists, from like selling certain things. And like Hasbro and IDW, I don't believe do that, which is why they're allowed to get away with it.
Like, yeah, I get the feeling if I drew some Mickey Mouse and printed up some posters, that Disney would descend a team of lawyers on me so quick.
Oh yeah, Disney doesn't allow that stuff.
Yeah, so I actually have a story from that. So at TF Expo, we were having issues with the FedEx office printing stuff off, because even though we had like unique art that we were using for the show, that was done, we had the rights from the artist. It was not like an actual, he did like a mashup of characters so that wasn't really its own thing and whatnot. But FedEx was still having a problem printing it off because they're like, well, we can tell this looks like a Transformer. And so what they told us is that it's because Disney, Disney went after Etsy, I guess. And so since they're so litigious, they actually will, FedEx just said, hey, we don't want to deal with any of this. So we just want to make sure, if there's a question, you got to get, authorization from whoever the company is. So depending on the company, they're very, they'll go after you.
So you just go to Staples instead, or Office Max, or somewhere else Kinko's that can print, and hope they're not as picky.
Pretty much. Yeah. FedEx is the only one that I've, ran into with that. But I mean, at the same time, it's not like I'm trying to do a massive printout of a bunch of copywritten characters. So
thanks, Disney. So glad you own everything now.
Yeah, no, that's kind of a problem too. So And then I have my art book. So like I got a bunch of different prints from these guys, and I also got a new print from Alex Milne. So one of his pages. So this is from More Than Meets the Eye, issue 17. This is the first page from that. So
Awesome.
So I was very excited to get that. Like Amber, I know you have some original art behind you as well. And so I'm actually working on, I've convinced my wife to let me display this up in our TV family room. So I'm going to go ahead and move all those up there now that I have the fourth print. So
There you go.
yeah, and I was also going to mention too, if everyone can kind of keep Alex in your thoughts and prayers. I know that he is actually going to have he has some heart issues, and I believe that he's going to have heart surgery coming up soon as well. So,
Man,
I asked him how he was feeling. Getting old sucks. I asked him how he was feeling at the show. He said he was doing okay, but you know how that goes.
yeah, I mean, he may
Well,
also
he
not
had
want to bring you down.
Yeah.
Like, I got heart surgery in a week, but I'm doing all right.
yeah, he had, I think, his angiogram, I believe, like literally the day after he got back, like, because I follow him on Twitter, and so he's like, yeah, we got some news, and turns out I need heart surgery. So
Yeah.
All right, so switching subjects. What do you want to talk about, Peter?
Yikes.
I don't know. This is from the show. I was happy to get it. I was happy to wait in line for it. It's one of the exclusives. It's Ocular Max's Generation 2
Nice.
Sphinx. I call it Sphinx Regenesis. So it's based on some concept art that didn't actually see production in the Generation 2 toy line. For the Generation 1 Mirage mold, you have this watermelon. It's pink and green with little scales on it and alligators. I don't know if you'll do that. It's not open yet, but little gator. Yeah, and it's in this. There we go. Thank you. It's in this great Gen 2 style, blistery, funky thing like they did in 93 and 94.
The thing I love about this packaging is, like, I mean, you're like, I haven't opened it yet. I mean, I literally
But you can just pop it.
open.
Yeah, just
Pop it open, and you can put it right
But
back in there for a display piece.
But
Excellent.
I'm standing up. I'll drop it. So yeah, if you already have the Sphinx figure, he's been released 14,002 times, I think, at this point. And so this is 14,001 because 14,002 was the one in the black and gold one with the little coffin sarcophagus thing, which is neat, but it has no spot in my collection because what is that homaging and what does it make sense? What sense does it make?
Hot looking deco though.
It's neat.
Yeah.
Black with gold highlights is my jam because like Black Zarak and Victory Leo have that same style of deco and hooray, but
You gotta draw a line. It's hard.
yeah, I gotta draw a line. So I stood in line. I did not get Bedrock. I did not get, which is the bulkhead out of the MMC Roadbuster mold, and I did not get Senator Ratbat, which is the retool of the Drift, I think. Yeah. They were sold out like 5 people before Amber and I got there. So this.
Well,
Yeah.
one thing I thought was interesting with the exclusives this year is they put all of them up online. So MMC, I think at midnight that night or whatever, put up pre-orders, and I don't know if any of those are sold out now. I have not checked.
I checked earlier this afternoon. They are not.
But
They're not
yeah,
sold
so
out?
I don't.
We looked at one point and they were sold out. They must have put them back in.
They might have pushed them back
Yeah.
up. It said this is available for pre-order, but it didn't say sold out when I checked this afternoon. So, or at least for
Yeah, I don't-
Bedrock.
Are the other
I don't know
three
if they're
available?
trying to make a custom run or anything of.
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But then Chosen Prime, the Planet X Grimlock, the blue G2 deco, they put that up at their website as well. So yeah, so I guess you really don't have to go to the show on all of these to get
Well,
it. But
What I found interesting was in our group, our little group on Facebook, this is the one everybody was interested in. Like, we were like, oh man, that's that unproduced art, and we're way too nerdy apparently.
We were going bananas for it in our group on Facebook.
Yeah, and like, I mean, this sold out at the show, but it took like later into the day Saturday, whereas the other 3 from MMC sold out within an hour. Like they were gone.
Too much glare.
And now,
Yeah, they went really quickly.
yeah, for some
So-
reason, I don't know if they made more of this one, or people were less hot on it, or both. You know, it's hard to know.
I'm so bummed out. I really wanted Bulkhead.
Yeah. Well, you can go up online and
Go get
order it from Planet X. So
Planet
That's
Steel
true.
Express.
it was a cool figure too. Or Planet
Yeah,
Steel
I mean,
Express,
it's
yeah.
after seeing how big it was, I was like a little hesitant on it, but you know, but then I, you know, after packing all of my stuff and barely fitting it in the 2 suitcases I brought with me, I was like, I'm glad I didn't buy it because I wouldn't have been able to fit it.
Oh, did you have to fly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I flew, and packing back up that giant hammer into one of them was like the worst thing on the planet.
Yeah, I can't.
For anybody who saw me wandering around with this big ass hammer on Saturday.
I am glad that I did not have to fly. Like I could not have bought my haul if I had flown. It couldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Driving from the West Coast to the East Coast is not really, you know, cost effective.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like. Okay, yeah, the Sphinx is. Now, both of them are saying they are unavailable now. Both the Pharaoh and Regenesis, which is, you know, Mr. Watermelon. And I don't see Bulkhead listed, you know, or not Bulkhead or not Senator Ratbat. You know, at least if they're here, they're not under the. Oh, wait. There they are.
You have to.
They're on page 2.
You have to go further.
Those two
yeah.
are still available. So
Okay.
if you want Senator Ratbat or Bulkhead, go to planetsteelexpress.com while they're still available. And
Yeah,
There you
you know,
go.
it was weird. I remember a couple years ago, whenever they did the Shattered Glass versions of, like, they had that Calidus Ghost and the funky colors of Tarn, the orange Tarn or whatever,
Volcanic
right?
Rampage.
At the show, the Calidus Ghost like sold out like right away, and the orange Tarn sat around for a little bit. But then online, it was the exact opposite, and where the you know, it like the orange Tarn sold out right away, and Ghost sat around for a while. So
Without-
yeah, you never know. Like the audiences are different. I think, you know, from like who goes to the show compared to who's buying it online. So
And again, we don't know
Mhm.
production run numbers. That's
Yep.
really such a huge game
Right.
changer.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, cool. Well, back to me. Who's worth talking about in a little more detail? Oh, here's something fun and weird. I'm going to talk about some garbage.
Uh-oh.
I bought some straight up garbage.
Oh, no.
This is a knockoff Piranacon set. And I mean, you know, it was $20, you know, whatever. But I love Piranacon. I love Seacons. I think they're one of the best G1 combiner sets because everything's interchangeable and they got a gun and they got stands and they all make, you know, they're more than just Scramble City. They're all Scramble City plus can be a gun. How cool is that? But for as weird as it is, it has a lot of neat changes to it, or at least interesting changes to nerds. You know, don't try to talk to your parents about it. They won't care. But like, they're not Scramble City for one. Like, there's no joint there. This is a foot. The end. It is always going to be a foot. It has nothing else it can be. And Snaptrap and all the combiner parts are really tiny. You know, Snaptrap's supposed to be, you know, the bigger guy, and like, he's just a little bigger than, you know, the normal foot. So that's weird. And other people that have this knockoff, they're all from the same set of colors, but all the colors are different. Like, Ryan Sheehy posted his picture of his, and again, it's like, oh, they're, you know, orange and yellow with some blue highlights, and one of theirs was green. I don't have a green guy, but it's all different ones, you know. And again, they're just all weird like that, and they don't come with fists. Why don't they come with fists? I don't know, but that's how they are. But they have changes made for that, so that like all the weapons you fit around the fist, and whatever the hell, which other one of these is an arm mode, like. It can hold the sword like from the side or something like that. Oh, and the sword is super tiny and cute. And so like it has an extra peg on the side now, so you can peg it in there. And so that's how it holds it. Like, I mean, it's not like, oh, they forgot to put in the fists. They designed around it. And I'm going to get it into Piranacon mode once, hopefully without anything breaking, and then I'll put it on the shelf. I mean, it's not like Big Lots combiner knockoff plastic bad, but it's nowhere near G1. It's like somewhere kind of in the middle. But it is not good.
I don't know. It's pretty close to Big Lots, man.
I
I've
said it's
had
better.
a similar set.
It's just I didn't say it was a lot better. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, this is my hot neon garbage. It could be G2 Piranacon or something. I think it'll look cool with the club one next to it, which is also just like colors puked out, So I was excited to find about it. Actually, cast member Anna told me about it. I had bought some other knockoff garbage, and she was like, "Oh, they have this over there," and then I forgot about it because I was sitting at the booth with Captured Prey, and then afterwards I was like, "Oh yeah, that thing was over there," and I found their buckets of knockoffs, and yeah, totally bought it, and then told her about it, and she was happy to experience it through me.
Rob, I love how you're like, my shelf space is at a premium. I can only get the highest quality figures now.
And then I buy
and then you're like,
straight garbage.
I've got a pile of garbage.
Yeah. And I bought another piece of garbage that I'll talk about next round if there's time. When it's cheap like that, I don't mind because it's like, especially when it's G1 based and it's just like wacky out there shit. I enjoy that quite a bit. And it's like, man, it's $20. I see a movie costs that much, or a movie and a half. It's like, man, I get it. I enjoy it for a little while, and if I want to move on with it, probably sell it for $20 again, or 10, 15. I don't really care. I got my enjoyment out. I can pass on it without being like, oh man, it's $150. So that's part of it. But you're correct. There's definitely a bit hypocritical. But then so is the whole pile of crap I bought. So what are you gonna do? All right. Who was next? Amber?
I think it was my turn next. I guess I'll talk about another official thing really quickly. I bought the Skywarp coin, the Masterpiece coin. I found that at somebody's booth. I saw a ton of them, and then this was like the only Skywarp one that I saw the entire weekend. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like $15. I'm like, sure. So I haven't had one yet. So now I have this one.
I know those were used as like pre-order bonuses at places. If you'd bought the Masterpiece figure when they came out. How do people just have stacks of coins? Are they retailers that got them to put with their pre-order stuff and then said, or I'll just sell it separately? Do we know? Oh, no. Jamber's getting shout-outs from Jazz.
So I believe
I'm getting yelled at.
Come from Hasbro Asia. Is that right, Peter?
That is
correct.
And
so if you're getting your stock from there, then like that's where you get the coins from. And I know that several retailers, like I think TF Source and BBTS or whatever, like they actually charge a premium if you want the coin. I believe like it's like
about $10.
$10, whatever. And so I think that they probably just happen to have extra coins around. So, or there's people that just don't care about the coins and they'll sell them.
Like going and make an extra $10 here. I'd rather have $10 than a coin sitting in a shelf.
All right.
You're gonna have to put it on display though. You're gonna have to find a way to work it in.
I mean, other than like I think like this maybe at the back of the Skywarp shelf.
That'd be perfect.
I'm not really sure. Probably that's what I end up doing. I'm not sure.
That'd be perfect.
It's really cool though, and I haven't really seen these because this one came out in 2014. So this one, I don't know if they started coming out like around that time because I jumped out of Transformers. Okay, thank you. Shaking your head at me. I don't know. I jumped out of Transformers in 2014, so I didn't really look at them all that hard. And then this one came out in 2014, so it wasn't around when I was still buying Transformer things. So so that's that.
Cool. Right.
The coins are a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're cool.
But do they have card? Ken has card. Ken has coin.
They come in a card. They're in like a sleeve.
Yeah.
All right.
I suppose.
All right, Lucas. What you got next?
Okay, well, so I was not enamored by any of the exclusives at this show, but luckily there was an amazing exclusive at TFCon Toronto, and so I had a very person who happens to be on the show pick it up for me. So thank you, Peter, for picking this up for me at TFCon Toronto. So this is the Drift Pool. From MMC, so it's like the red deco. It comes with like a little, kind of Deadpool mask and whatnot. So
does it have?
It is a red deco.
So when the club did Shattered Glass Drift,
Yeah.
and they put the the Japanese symbols on it. Does he have that on it as well, or is it a little more
This
Deadpool
one,
based?
this one does not have the symbols on it. It just so the blue one that they did has like a Japanese symbol on the hood. This one doesn't. It's just
Okay.
the regular hood.
Okay.
So, but it is still a really cool deco, and I am very happy to have it.
Nice. All right, Mr. Chavez.
Is that me? Okay.
I hope
My next. All right. I don't know which one to do next, so I'm gonna cheat. I have two things. Yeah. Maybe.
Clap, clap.
There we go. So more Gen 2 goodness for me. I picked up at TFCon Toronto. Was it Toronto? Yeah, I think it was Toronto. I got their Gen 2 X Transbots Gen 2 Berserker drag strip or whatever his name is. He's black deco, and then I've got the Gen 2 Breakdown, the Gen 2 Wild Rider. So all three of the figures now, the figures themselves are all at my desk. They're my current desk bots, and I'm having a lot of fun with them.
Such good designs.
They're really, really fun. Solid designs, great decos, fantastic transformations. They're a lot of fun to manipulate. I love them. My coworkers think I am completely insane because I've just been driving around my cube and having them fight each other. And I had them make a wish with drag strip and rip him in half, and because he breaks apart at the waist for the combined mode, and so like a Wild Rider over here with some legs and Breakdown over there talking to the torso. We're just having fun. So I can't wait. I was hoping, and a lot of people I suppose were hoping that Death Wish, the Dead End Gen 2 deco would be out. He was rumored to have been showing up, but he did not, alas, make it. But he should be coming out in the next couple of weeks, and I'll scoop him up, and then we'll just be waiting on Motormaster.
I think that's something that people kind of were clarifying over the weekend too, is that the X-Transbot stuff, they're not convention exclusives. They've just been trying to get them available for the convention, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Unfortunately, it didn't this time.
We just missed it. Yeah.
I will tell you that I am looking for that Breakdown. I've always loved the G2 Breakdown colors. And so I'm kind of like just starting to pick up some more of that stuff. I mean, we all saw the mass of G2 carded breakdowns they had. And I'm sorry, when you got that many, trying to ask a premium like each one is the rarest one in the world, probably is not going to go so well. And I was listening to the TFLP from the hotel earlier today. And it's like you saw at the end of the show, there was only like 4 or 5 left. That's because they actually had already started putting them away because I went and asked. I was like,
oh.
Yeah. I was like, hey. I was like, wow. I was like, y'all really sold through those? And they're like, oh, they're in a box. Like, that's not to say they didn't sell any. I don't know if they did or not, but it wasn't like they sold 10 of those from, $550 to $750 each.
They were building up that FOMO.
Yeah. I think honestly part of it is Transformer Land has just an insane stock they bring. It's like, what can we start packing up early? And I think that was so they had kind of like, one at each tier. And I saw Action Master G2 Breakdown at the show as well. Up in a guy's room, he had 2 of them for sale. Did you buy one?
No, I have one. I've had one for a long time.
You probably got it.
But no, I would totally buy another one.
I was very tempted. I can't even remember how much he was asking for it, but it was a case of I had so much other stuff I wanted to buy that. I mean, I think as far as it goes, I think it was like 300-ish, something like that.
That's not bad.
I mean, like for what it is, it's not bad. But it just was kind of like I would probably rather have Turbo Master to some degree. That doesn't mean I don't want it. I don't know. It's tough. But yeah, so I passed on it for now, and we'll see if it ever shows up again. I know a couple of people that have them.
It will.
Man. Sorry, I feel like I talk a lot during your segment, Peter. So much that he ran away.
So he's done.
It's like, damn it, Rob.
Putting things away. I'm trying to pick out my next thing. I don't know. Sorry, I'm greedy. Go ahead.
Good. All right, so next. I know what I'm going to talk about. I can honestly lightning round this one, but I picked up this pile of crap.
Oh, no.
Fans Toys Jabber.
Yes!
Yay!
If y'all were hanging out with me, it. I mean, granted, I was inebriated, but I wasn't like pass out drunk. but it took me like 4 hours to transform this. I mean, it was, again,
Oh
I
god.
do it without instructions, and we were yammering the whole time and drinking the whole time. So, like, I'd fiddle with it for a minute, and then we chat. And because I don't use instructions, you got to kind of, like, you have to get into toys. And you have to analyze them, like, what all moves, all right, what do I need to get where? And, like, a solid 2 hours were lost because I didn't realize that, because I drank too much, realize that parts in the shoulder expand. And like I was like, I know this is where stuff goes. Like, but there's no way these arms are gonna reach down the side. I was like, it's literally impossible. And it took me 2 hours. I was like, wait a minute, no, there's a crap ton of joints in here, obviously. And then you fold it out and it goes down.
Oh no.
So yeah,
That was like a revelation. You like stopped the room. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa! Look what these shoulders can do.
well, everybody been giving me shit about it for 3 hours at that point. Of you're still transforming that damn thing. It's like, well, yes, I am. I mean, it feels well made. I know some people have broke theirs. I mean, I have not broke it yet, but the place that it's been cracking is like inside here on like a side panel somewhere. If you watch a Pake for Life's review, he broke it live on stream. We never really saw what broke it. He's just like, oh yeah, that's broken, and showed it, and then he did a formal review of it and talked about it as well. It's just the thought is that all the movie bots are old designs because we know some of them are, and it's before Fans Toys cared about their engineering, and it shows where it's overdone. It's overdone. And then of course the whole Blurple thing, it's a purplish blue, to be honest, in my opinion, the metallic parts. And I think you informed me at the weekend, you're like, if it's under yellow lights, it looks more purple. If you put it under some LEDs, it's going to look more blue.
Yeah, in your current lighting, it looks more blue.
Yeah, it doesn't in the end. That's just really just kind of my decade-old webcam is making it look a little more blue. I mean, I do have an LED, or not LED, but a CFL over there to the side, too, that it does look more blue in that light versus my one over there that has the warm, and there it looks totally purple. Yeah, it's a color change. But, I mean, I don't know. It'll look good on the shelf, but the second Takara or XTB announces something, this thing is going on eBay or whatever on the board.
Have you ever messed with the Unique Toys one?
I have not. I've heard that's a really fun toy, but the aesthetic just doesn't do it for me at all.
Yeah.
But I mean,
No, it is a really solid, fun figure, and that's the thing is like I feel like the difference between like say Unique Toys DX9 and Fans Toys is that Fans Toys knocks out the paint, the deco, and all that out of the park, but DX9 usually are fun toys.
I love Omega Supreme Gabriel. It is like the Fans Toys one is pretty much like the G1 but more complex for no reason. DX9 is a totally unique transformation, and it's a lot of fun.
I looked for that at the show. Gabriel, I did not see
It's
him
on
anywhere.
Big Bad Toy Store.
He's on sale at Big
150.
Bad. 180.
180. Yeah.
It's 180.
Wow.
It's $100
Like,
off. But yeah, no, that
I was completely
like,
happy paying the full price for that guy. He's totally worth it. To get him $100 off, you need to jump on that, which you're doing right now.
yeah, so that figure looks really, really premium, and honestly, like I actually prefer the aesthetic a little bit more of the DX9 Gabriel over Fans Toys. Just like it has a bunch of die casts and it's really solid. I would and for $180, I mean it's a no-brainer.
All right. That's enough of me bitching about Fans Toys. I'm hoping their newer stuff that's coming out has better engineering, like their mini bots and stuff, because I am tired of this movie era designs from them. So bad. All right, Amber.
Hello.
Good point. I agree.
My last official thing that I bought at the con, which is the one thing that I was most excited about, was the Art of Prime.
Oh, cool.
I managed to snag this. Alex Milne found me a copy up in Canada for cover price, and then so he brought it across the border and just sold it to me for cover price, which
That's
I
awesome.
thought was extremely sweet of him. Oh, there's my first place award from the costume contest. I forgot I stuck it in there.
Oh, wait. What was that little humble brag
Whoa.
there? A little humble brag?
It's a humble brag. I won first place in the costume contest.
That is awesome.
I wasn't expecting to win anything.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting to win anything, but I think it was probably my show. I don't know. You'd have to ask Jazzy. She's in the chat room. I think it was probably due to I slammed the hammer and scared the shit out of the judge. that was it maybe won me. I don't know.
Breakdown, that was a rig.
So the threats of violence.
Breakdown was a rig.
No, it was
It was
not.
not a rig.
It was not a rig.
Like I saw so many people in costumes, but I was mostly sitting at the booth, so I didn't really like to get out and go out and harass people, and find out
No,
where are you,
mine.
you know?
Yeah, right now mine was the human former. Let me see if I can grab it really quickly. There it is. Come here.
And
there
I know
you
Sunday
are.
you had a different. Oh, that is so great.
So this is Breakdown's hammer. I was running around TFCon with this thing basically all weekend. It is 7 pounds, and I could hit people and the ground with it really, really well. And it didn't hurt anything. It didn't break. So I mean,
That looks so nice.
This was-
like, so well done.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
How did you fit that in your suitcase?
It breaks apart. It has
break
PVC. Exactly.
Yeah.
It has PVC piping inside, and it's got screw joints here, and then tucked inside here. There's a T joint in here. So it breaks apart in a couple of pieces, and then fits pretty snugly into a suitcase, which I was really happy with.
Like I made a few costumes. Like I've made, like as an adult, I've made Flying Spaghetti Monster and a Ninja Turtle, and I mean both of them are crap. Like I went and tried to put detail in it at times, just like that's gonna take so much more work to make this nice. Like good enough and move on. But that looks so nice.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Okay, Jazzy. Thank you. So I won by default because I came back to the fandom. Is that what it is? That's a lame way. That's lame.
Do I need to ban her from the
Ma'am.
chat? I can do that.
That's lame. No, don't do that. She's
Yeah,
fine.
there were some amazing costumes at the show too. I mean, I know that there was a Soundwave costume that somebody had with like a Ravage and Laserbeak and all that type of thing. It was really great.
I don't remember how many years ago, but it was at a BotCon, and you see people walking around, especially in the rigs, as you've informed us, Amber.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You learned vocabulary this
yes,
weekend.
ma'am. And then you see them when they take it off over somewhere. It's like they're in this big thing, and it's like, oh, you are tiny and you are covered in sweat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's kind of how that is. But it's a labor of love, and it's something that it's definitely our way to be like, that is the biggest, I guess, representation of our love for a single character,
awesome.
Is to cosplay them. So, on another note for the Art of Prime book, I got this specifically so that I can start getting it signed. So this one got signed by Mr. Sobolov, which was awesome. And I'm still a little bummed out that I didn't get to serve Shockwave a Shockwave at Jazzy's after party, because I was the bartender at her party and had a ton of fun doing that, and was informed that David Sobolov might have come up to the party Sunday night. We might have had like a small get together, but unfortunately he did the probably sensible adult thing, and as soon as the convention was over, crashed.
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah.
All right, so Lucas.
So again, people kept giving me things, or not giving me, I'm sorry, like finding things for me, I should say. So Alan, I guess, was selling his Great Shot. So again, it's one of those things I never picked up originally, and I was looking for it for, a good price. And so I am very happy to have this. So I'm getting dangerously close to completing all this kind of
Have
stuff.
you opened it yet?
So. No, not yet.
Yeah.
So I just got back. I have so many things to open.
Does it have remolded parts from the 6 shot? I assume it does. Does it have like the different wings that the real Great Shot has, things like that? Do we know? Maybe.
I'm not sure. I know the chest is remolded. I think the wings, I believe, are remolded. I don't know, Peter. I don't know if you know.
Oh, those look like the same wings. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the different chest is there.
Chest and helmet are new, and the face and the shoulder pylons.
Okay, that's a decent amount.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, Mr. Peter.
I bought some stuff. Here, we'll go with this. It's an oldie but a goodie. I got this at Captured Prey. It is the Millions Publishing Go Shooter exclusive figure. and it's packaged with Shapeways kit as well as Legends Wheelie, who comes with Headmaster Go Shooter. And the idea here is you open up the Legends or the Millions Publishing Go Shooter figure, you add the Shapeways kit, and you rip his head off, and then you can use Shooter or Shuta to be a headmaster for his Transtector as he appears in Master Force. Now, I already have a painted up somewhere, Shuta from this set. So I'll probably use, I don't know, I might put the little painted up one in front of the combined mode of this just to show the two different, so we need more Master Force representation in our
Definitely.
classics scale. I'm still waiting on Azim's kits for Cab and Hosehead because I've got a Master Force section and a 1988 section, and so they're two different characters in my head. So I've got some naked Power of the Primes Infernos that are just waiting for those kits, and they're going to be fun. And then we just need a Minerva, and then I'll be done with the juniors from the Autobot side or the Cybertron side, and then we just need to work on those Destrons. Where is my Cancer? Where?
For those who don't know, that is the Japanese
Cancer is a
name.
character. Yes, Cancer is a character. I don't want. I want the character toy representation of young Cancer. And obviously Wilder and Bullhorn, who might be showing up soon.
Wink, wink.
Might not.
Coming to
So we'll see.
an Infinity Closet near you soon. Maybe.
Maybe.
That is a really good release. That Go Shooter itself from whatever publishing. I don't know. It looks really nice. We haven't gotten any for a while. Like they didn't do anything for the
been like
of the Primes
3 years.
and Titans Returns. It's like that'd have been a great time to get an updated one of the Headmaster. Not that I don't know. I mean, the other one still looks great, but like you said, it's not a Headmaster unless you buy all the kits. But yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start our lightning round of stuff that you want to talk about quickly here because we've been going for about 47 minutes here. So I want to move through some stuff pretty quickly. I picked up MMC's Not Thunderclash from Anna, who picked it up from Lucas. It's
Just making its
yeah,
rounds.
it's a cool figure. I have Tarn as well, and it's a super heavy remold. Like if you get two next to each other, it's almost like they just share engineering more than anything else. Like so much of it's different. But I didn't want this at its original price because it's kind of a minor character, and I honestly feel like some of MMC stuff, like the Reformatted line's a little more expensive than it's worth, even though they're well made and the transformations are great on them. It just I don't know, I always feel like they're not substantial enough for the price. But I was happy to pick that up. Anna made me a great price on him. And Lucas may be talking to me about a couple other things once he gets tired of them. I can already see that happening. Picked up MMC's Not Vortex. I'd been looking for a good Bruticus that I was happy with. And ultimately I decided to go on this one. This is a really fun figure. I transformed it a lot quicker than Jabber at the show. And I'd only held off for a bit because there's a few things like for a Masterpiece I think it doesn't fit in great because it's not really painted much. And technically it's supposed to be all black down here to be cartoon accurate. But it's a pretty great figure. It's a lot of fun. Only bad thing is like one of these plastic windows falls out a lot. I noticed that happened in a couple online reviewers as well. But really fun engineering, and I love the integrated style. I think that's going to be cool. And last thing I'll probably just mention here is picked up this from Orson. It was his Make Toys Contact Shot. This was another one that I'd passed on for a long time because it's not very cartoon accurate to either Season 4 or Headmasters. But, it's more toy-based than anything because the knee pads are on the wrong side and the wheel shouldn't be in the shoulders when he's in robot mode. A few other little things like that. But those are the two big ones. And it's also, again, not painted top to bottom like you would expect these days. But it is a very fun toy for what it's worth. It's not over-engineered. And nobody else is going to do him anytime soon.
I love that figure.
Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. It's kind of check the box, but it's also fun. Maybe one day somebody will do a more cartoon accurate one from Master Force, which is sorry, I said Headmasters earlier. Oh, wait, he is Headmasters? Yeah. Why do I think he's Master Force? I don't know.
Because.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyways, cool figure. So that'll wrap me up for the lightning round. I'll save the other stuff for another day. Amber, do you have anything else to go through quickly?
I'm gonna talk about. I guess I'll talk about these guys. Really quickly because I like plushies a lot, and this one is by WeFormer. They were selling out of their room, and we're like, "Hey, these are on sale. This is my room number. I'm gonna go post flyers down in the lobby like right now. My brother's in the room if you want them." And 4 of us sprinted up there and bought 4 of the 5 that she had because she only had 5 of them, and so I bought Soundwave, and then that was by this one's by WeFormer. This one, unfortunately, I've been having the dickens of a time finding who sold these. These guys were in the dealer's hall. She had so many characters.
They were in the dealer room or the artist alley?
I think
They were in the dealer
dealer
room.
room.
This one was in the dealer room.
Okay.
isn't that
And
Shattered Needle? I think is that.
No. Shattered Needle was not at the convention.
Oh, okay.
Biddy
This
bots.
was Biddy bots. Yeah, those. Thank you. These guys were in the dealer's hall, and she had so many of them, and I figured I had to get breakdown
has a few.
because
I like Biddy bots.
Peter does have a few. Oh no, that's so many. I only have one. But yeah, I like plush, so I ended up buying those, and I like supporting the more crazy side of the look at what I can make with my hands kind of fandom.
Definitely.
The artist alley is always great for that. I mean, I know the Biddy bots were in the dealer room, but her whole operation just keeps getting bigger and bigger and more characters. She has a great set of Dinobots, Cassetticons, all the IDW characters. Like, I want to complete a collection of Scavengers. Yeah, Scavengers.
Yeah.
I love Ratchet, so I got a Ratchet and a Galvatron.
There you
and a
go.
Spurt. Yeah,
That's insane. There's so many.
they're fun.
All right, cool. Do you have anything else, or are we moving on?
I mean, you said lightning round. That was lightning round,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know if you had
Okay,
anything else
go.
to quickly go through or not. All right, Lucas.
Oh, that was the yeah. Go.
Okay.
Got myself a vehicle Voltron because why do I need Soldier Jokin when I can have this?
Is that
So
the one that came with
he
the
has
sword?
5 points of articulation. I have no idea.
No,
I
there
don't
was one
know,
on the
man.
dealer
I
room
just-
floor that had a sword. That's like the same size as that.
Oh, this one. Oh, I didn't see that
Okay.
one. This one was like in the corner, and I just picked it up because I thought it was neat.
And
So
he doesn't
I got that.
disconnect, right?
No,
I have that one on my shelf as well, and I have no idea when I got it or how I got it. It's just been in my collection for forever. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I had one when I was a kid. So that's one thing that's been fun is picking up that kind of stuff where it's like I don't even know what it is, but it's like, hey, I had that when I was a kid. I will get it again. So
There was a guy who was selling a knockoff, formerly licensed vehicle Voltron or something out of his room, and the rumor I hear that they just got the ad got pulled, and he's no longer allowed to sell from his room anymore.
Shut up. I did sell that.
You did?
Yeah, it sold after the show closed. Somebody came up and was like, what is that? Is like, does it transform or is that a statue? Like, how large is it? And I was like, Vanna White time. And, opened it up, showed them out. It's like, you could pretty much, I was like, look at this. Like, it's huge. It all combines, etc. I was like, it's not perfect, but this is the best release of it. So on and so forth. And he was like, thanks for showing it to me. He's like, I'm going to go around and check out the rest of the floor. I was like, well, never see that guy again. And after they called everybody out, I was over talking to some other people near the booth. And then Orson's like, Rob, you need to come here. And I was like, oh. So yeah, I did sell it. So, haha, eBay
Nice.
can't, or that mean lady can't come find me now. That enforces the copyright. But yeah.
Oh no.
All right, sorry, do you have anything else to quickly go through, Lucas? I'm sure you did.
real quick, so I also got a Grand Galvatron. So I was in one of the panels, and Anna messaged me and said, "Hey, someone has this." And so she put her charm on and managed to negotiate a fantastic deal for me for him. So I got like $50 off from the original price from it. So
Very nice.
yeah, so that was one of the other combiners that was missing because I did not get him when he originally came out, and I've been regretting it.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right, you done with your quickies? Is that you?
I'll be done.
Okay.
Yep. I think that's it.
What about you, Peter?
Okay, lightning round. I got some. He's a new character. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him. I don't know what his name is, but he's
I
like
think it's
a
called Thing
truck. Thing truck. That's his name. He does things. He's a truck.
He's the
Um,
monkey.
I also got just like Rob, got the Ocular Max Vortex. There's a glare. It's
No,
all,
you're
all
fine.
glary.
You're good.
Sorry. And I picked up from MMC. I got Foxwire and Knee, or Nickel and the Pet. So more DJD for me. We're getting there. In addition to the Generation 2 Stunticons, I also picked up the second of the DX9 Stunticons. This is Wild Rider, or Henry, so he's way
Have
bigger.
you messed with him yet?
I've opened it. Yeah, I've got pictures of, but he's also on my desk right now. I have
Just-
Gen 2 Wild Rider messing around with Gen 1 Wild
Just
Rider.
curious. The two that are out for that now, like, are they pretty good?
Mhm.
Are they pretty bad? Like, what do you think?
I like the engineering a whole lot. The paint is pretty good. They have a couple of minor QC issues. Like my Wild Rider has a bobblehead. The pin that holds his
Yeah.
bottom neck thing, is kind of loose. So
DX9 keeps
gotta
killing
heat
it with
that up.
engineering. Then is what I'm hearing. They just
yeah,
not
it's
there.
fun. They're fun though, and they're intuitive, and they're not like jabber.
Yeah.
What else did I get? I got MMC Cylindrus, so now I can almost finish up my Lost Light shelf because now I have
Does
Roller.
that one have the cape or not though? And the little
Cape.
it comes if you got like I don't know, some stuff that had some pre-order
Oh,
bonuses.
the pre-order. Yeah,
And he has like a
I
little
haven't
drink.
opened them yet.
Hey, Peter, if you check if you don't have the cape, if you want the cape, I have the cape. I will, we can work something out.
Sounds good. And then what is this? This is something else. Oh yeah, and I got Guzzle and Brawn. I got Guzzle, and there's an add-on figure that I'm never going to use.
I'm the same way
So-
on that. That's why I still haven't bought it yet. I mean, I was talking about some of the like Guzzle's cool, but he's also kind of minor-ish because he's in the offshoot just the wrecker stuff. But it's like I don't want to pay $120 for Guzzle, and nobody wants Brawn. Literally nobody wants Brawn.
I started working on a Guzzle custom right after Last Stand of the Wreckers came out, and I got it to about the 75-80% range, and I kind of gave up on it. He's still over on my shelf over there. I'm not going to show him to you because he's not great. So I am willing to spend this money just so I can banish him to the island of Misfit Customs and have a nice Guzzle representation on the shelf and just be done with it. Done.
I'm gonna find that one unicorn out there that bought that for the Brawn, and be like, "Hey, sell me that Guzzle."
Yeah, does someone want this Guzzle? Because
I don't know who this is. Brawn's awesome though. It's like you are totally
Oh
correct.
boy.
Guzzle sucks. Just sell it to me.
$10.
no, Nickel and the Pet was like kind of the opposite. Like where there's a lot of people where they're like, I really just want the Pet, and there's other people who are like, I just want Nickel.
Both.
Yeah, but
Give me both.
but, yeah. Then there's several people that want both. But like, this one, I don't think I've seen anyone that's like, oh yes, I really want that Brawn.
I mean,
But
it doesn't look like he looks in what little he's in the comic to begin with, and I mean, MMC remolds heavy. If people haven't caught on yet, and I get it, I guess they need to for whatever their business model is. But I always think their figures are a little more pricey than I think they should be sometimes. The reformatted line, that is, and then just the way they remold and repaint out. It pissed me off that they released it as a 2-pack. It's like you couldn't release it for maybe $70 for the one. I would have bought it, But we'll see what the future holds, I guess. All right. Anything else? Oh,
Nothing else I'm going to show right now.
okay.
I was gonna say I forgot. I did actually have one other figure that I did want to show off real quick that I forgot about. So I managed to find on the dealer room floor there was a Siege Astrotrain, and so I got that. So
It was right next to Masterpiece Bumblebee MP45 that isn't out yet.
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Guy who knows a guy.
So yeah. So yeah, I don't know how how they managed to procure that. So some fell off a truck or something. I'm not sure. But
He's a lot darker
nevertheless,
than like TFW had some pics that came out today from one of the Japanese magazines, talking about upcoming releases, and he's a lot darker than he looks in that magazine. You say, oh well, the magazine
Yes.
scan's a little oversaturated or something. Not to that degree. So I don't know if
No.
his final color is going to be different, or what's going on with that. I guess time will tell.
I mean, the colors that I've seen from the Hasbro stuff, like this is pretty much the color.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I don't know if what's going on with the Takara stuff, but yeah, I don't know. The battle damage looks really dumb in my opinion.
Super dumb.
Like a lot of the other ones, I don't know. I feel like some of the ones were done well. I feel like all the ones now, they're just giving them like Cybertron mud like on their legs, and so this is pretty much like, I don't know why they did that, but the rest of the mold looks really cool. Like I really love, like the wings look really nice on the back. He's a lot of fun to transform between the multiple modes. I am really enjoying him. I think he looks nicer in person than in the photos. And he's probably the nicest Astrotrain that I have now. So I don't know if Fans Toys.
Who knows what that engineering is going to be, man?
Fans Toys is going to be great. But yeah, this is the one to mess with and all that. And whenever it comes out in December, I would recommend. I think that it comes with this like cool car with like guns and all that kind of thing too.
It's one thing to point out. It's 100% a $50 Voyager with extra parts thrown in, just like Shockwave was. But it's. I guess it keeps them in scale, but lets them charge that price point they want. I don't know why they can't just make them Voyagers, but.
I mean, I think that like Ultra Magnus is probably in the Galaxy Prime are definitely probably the two that are like feel more leader. But I would say that this feels like a better value than Shockwave, just because he's got like 4 guns on this cool car, and it's like a little base, and in this base actually you can combine that or connect it to like some of the ramps that they're going to be doing for Earthrise. So I think that like to me this is worth it to me. But I know your mileage may vary.
Cool.
I had a chance to play with that thing. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and just to let you know, I have combined him up.
Oh no!
It is excellent. I can't get this last leg to snap into place. And on the original one, I mean, that's just, a molded bump in the plastic that you're bending past. And I've put more pressure than I'd like on it, and it still hasn't gone. But it hasn't shattered yet, so it's better than Big Lots. But it's still, I can't get it over there. And I don't know what to do with the last guy, because he'll make a gun mode, but there's no way for him to hold it. I don't know what the hell this goes. I don't know. It's on his butt or something.
So somehow Rob is not willing to put an extra $20 on a Voyager to make it from 30 to 50, but somehow
Voyagers are 30 now, aren't they? Man,
yeah, they are.
Deluxes are 20. It's still stuck in my head. But yeah. Hey.
But somehow you're willing to throw out $20 on that.
This is 6 figures. This has more plastic than $20 in Cyberverse. This is like 8 Cyberverse Deluxes worth of plastic. And probably
that thing just gave you lead poisoning.
But you know what it didn't give me? Hollow disease. Like Cyberverse will. This is better quality than my Cyberverse Slipstream that I showed off last week. In my opinion. I'm a Cyberverse hater.
Ooh.
But that's alright. Alright, does anybody have any parting comments? If not, we'll get into our closing spiel. We good?
TFCon was a great show.
TFCon was a lot of fun.
It was.
I think
that was an awesome return.
Yes.
I haven't been here in 7 years. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and they've already announced, of course, that the fall or the spring TFCon show is going to be in Orlando next year, in March 20th.
In March 20th through the 22nd, it's going to be the final weekend of spring break for my kids. So that'll be how they close out spring break. It's a whole 2 hours away from my house.
Awesome.
There you go.
Your kids are going to get crazy drunk.
I don't think that my wife is going to let me do another, trip like this. Like, I managed to convince her last April for the LA show. We went to did a Disney trip and through TFCon at the end. I'm not sure that I can convince her.
How far a drive is it for you?
20 hours. or no, 18 hours. 18 hours.
Well,
so we've done it
that's-
before. It's not actually that bad. Like you stop in Atlanta, and stay there.
You
So
can stop at my house and stay here. I'm right off the interstate on that path.
could.
I think Black Arachne will be staying here if I go. I mean, either way, you could stay in my house. I don't care. But if I go, me and Black Arachne will be carpooling again, and we also have our couch makes a bed. If y'all want to get really comfortable. Just throwing that as an option to keep in mind.
Yeah, I do want to go to Star Wars Land. They mentioned in the chat that we have been eyeing those lightsabers you can make
You'll
at,
be one of 5 people in
at
Star Wars
Galaxy's
Land,
Edge.
from what I've heard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Thanks for joining us today, especially if you're in the live chat today. It's been a lot of fun talking to everybody. And those of y'all listening on the podcast, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to check out all of our other shows we have on tftalk.net. We got Microcasters is live on Facebook, 9 Eastern. Out to 10 Eastern. Yeah, 10 Eastern. Wait. Yeah. Out to My Wallet is live 9 Eastern on YouTube. Cut the Tape usually goes up on Friday. That's pre-recorded. TFYLP is live at noon Eastern on YouTube. And most weeks we also get the TF Talk Weekly-ish. On Mondays will go up. That is also pre-recorded, just kind of nice condensed bit of news and other interesting things to talk about. Of course, if you love what we do, check us out at the Patreon, patreon.com/TFLP. We had backer rewards. I think that drive is over, but I think we'll do it again to get shirts and hoodies. If Amber wants to show it off for our video users, they are excellent shirts. We have hoodies as well. Or are we going to do another run for those, Lucas, at some point, or are we deciding?
We'll see. I don't. Yeah, I don't know that we are. We may. I think we'll probably end up doing something else for the next run, and then we'll probably do another run for next year.
We'll keep each
we'll
time
see.
will be unique what you can get. I like that. But yeah, so yeah, check us out. Subscribe to us. We're on Facebook. There's a public group that we chat in all the time. We share all the stuff there. Make sure to check us out. Join us live when you can. And after that, I guess we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
I